Hello and welcome. I'm Wolfgang Riebe, your Mindshift guru, and these are my quick tips. Can you believe that another year is nearly over? Have you found that when a year starts, you think to yourself, oh, I hope this is going to be better than last year. And then the year is even worse than the one before, more stressed, more crazy. Does that sound familiar? These are the things that most people experience. You see, we live in a 24/7, 365 society. More stress, more things happening, and life is changing. We have to keep up with it. However, how we handle it is up to us. We can't put the blame out there to others. You see, everything that happens in my life, good or bad, I always look at it and go, what was the learned experience that I had to get out of that? And it's easy to talk, but there's certain things you can do in your daily life that do make life easier to handle, easier to cope with, and just make life a bit more fun. And I want to share one or two of those with you. It's going to make this quick tip a bit longer than normal. First of all, I choose to look at the lighter side of life. I don't let the little things annoy me, and I choose to laugh a lot more in life. I find that laughter is important. I've got to have a good chuckle at least once or twice a day. That cheers me up. It really gets me going. Today on the internet you can subscribe for free to hundreds of joke lists. This morning I opened up my mail. I've got two great jokes. I've been chuckling the whole morning about them. The first one is, a friend quizzed me the other day why I put super glue on his dart. What's his problem? He just can't let go. Okay, it might be weak, but it made me chuckle. It made my day. We all have our own senses of humor. It's like my therapist brought tears to my eyes the other day. After 4 years of seeing him, he said to me, "No hablo inglés." Now I thought that was really funny. We all have our own sense of humor. We all find certain things funny. But go out and go look for the lighter side of life. That does make a difference. It does cheer you up. That's tip one. In the same vein, crying can be good for you too. Especially if you're a guy, you're going there, what? Yes, we were all taught as men never to cry. But you know, a good sob does good. And when I talk about crying, I mean crying out of happiness. Aren't there occasions and times in your life where you're just so blown away that your emotions get confused and you don't know what to do? I always say, every now and then, a good sob does wonders. It grounds you again. You see, many people are not grateful anymore in life. The fact that you can go on holiday, that you have kids, that you have a spouse that loves you. Have you ever just looked at your spouse, your partner, and just looked into their eyes and just said, "I love you," and had tears in your eyes, tears of happiness? That's also crying. You see, we need to create a balance in our life as well. It's not always about just high energy. It's about deep emotions as well. And opening up to those deep emotions is you looking into your soul. You're making yourself vulnerable, and you're sharing that with somebody special. Even if you just share it with yourself at times, do you know what a difference that makes in your life? It gives you inner contentment. That's tip two. Many times I feel I'm repeating obvious things, but I find so many people don't do this. Do you have pets? I find that pets make such a difference in life. Now, right now you might say, "Oh, I live in an apartment, I cannot have pets." That's fine. If you live in a big city, I'm sure there's a park somewhere where there are ducks. Go out and feed the ducks and just go and savor the moment and enjoy the fun and the laughter with the ducks, how they carry on and play. But I've always wanted a cat. As a youngster, I grew up with cats. And we've always had dogs in our home. We've got a golden retriever, Alsatian mix, a wonderful big dog. And then I thought I'm going to get a small dog, a Jack Russell, to keep this one happy. And then about 6 months ago, I decided I wanted a cat as well. Right now, we've got all three animals playing with each other. And when I'm a bit stressed out, I find that just spending time with my animals, just receiving that unconditional love from them, all three all over me, playing with me, it's the most amazing, calming feeling ever. At night now, when the cat comes and sleeps on the bed, that purring is unbelievable. I was saying to my wife the other day, wow, this relaxes me tremendously. And we did a bit of research. And apparently, people have found out now that the frequency on which the purring of a cat resonates is the same frequency that we are on when we are happy, when we are joyful. Isn't that amazing? It's a calming feeling. And the funny stuff the animals do, the way they play with each other, it just makes my day. 10 minutes. We can all find 10 minutes somewhere just to enjoy the animals. Makes a huge difference. And once again, it grounds you. That's tip 3. Friendship is the next important point. Have you found that you have certain friends that just leech onto you and just take and take the whole time? Does that disappoint you too? I had many of my own television series, so I have a pretty high profile career. And I found that the majority of my friends only hung out with me because of who I was and what they could get out of me. Believe me, that messed with my mind for a long time. Took me a while to get over it. And then I also realized, but hang on, why am I feeling sorry for myself and blaming them? Maybe it's me. You see, we've got to stand up and take responsibility for our own life. Maybe I haven't checked out their circumstances. Maybe they don't know any better. Who am I to judge? So what I started doing is figuring out for myself, what do I want out of a friendship? What are the things I'm looking for? I want to be intellectually stimulated. I want to have fun, but I want to have friends that will stand by me through thick and thin and where I can do the same. There were certain things that were important for me which I wasn't finding in other friendships, but I cannot blame them. I had to look at myself first. Once I realized what I wanted out of a friendship, guess what? I started going out and looking for those kind of people at the right places. Not in pubs and not at drunkard parties, but at places I thought these were the kind of people that would hang out, that were on the same level as I am, that I could connect with and resonate with. And guess what? Suddenly my friendship circle is starting to be more important. I also realized that many of my friends I never saw, maybe once a year, and the excuses were always, well, I'm too busy, I'm speaking somewhere, I'm flying somewhere. And I realized as well, I was the one making the excuses. Now, I actually set up dates through the whole year, and I get together with my friends. I said, those are the dates that we are getting together. Come hell or high water, you have to make an effort to keep a friendship going, like any relationship. And since I've changed my viewpoints and my attitude towards this, I have a really lot of good friends. And my final tip, what's the most important to me, my wealth, is my family. How much time do you spend with your family? Are you going to be old one day and say, I wish I'd spent more time with my kids and watched them grow up, or spent more time with my spouse? That's a lesson I learned very young in life. For me, the most important thing is my wife and my children. I'm there for them. And I must be the proudest dad ever. I've got 2 girls that are going to finish their grade 12 schooling at a much younger age than anybody else. Not because I'm the intelligent one, I give that to my wife. And the other day we were talking about it. How come they're doing so well? Because they're stable. You see, we spend time with them. We share everything with them. My wife and I, when we talk to each other, we talk openly about everything. We share everything with each other. Now that the children are teenagers and older, we bring them into the conversations. We make them part of decisions. They feel loved. They feel important and part of the unit. Do you do that with your children? Because they do grow up quickly. The regrets that we have is we didn't spend enough time and communicate with them properly. I don't want those in my life. And I find that by what I do, we all are proud of our kids and say, mine are the best. But everyone compliments me about mine because they're just well grounded. That makes a big difference. Both of mine are gymnastic champions. Yesterday, my youngest one, check this out, won 2 gold medals, a silver and a bronze at the national championships. Do you know how proud I am? Wow! And as a father, you've got to be there for your children. You've got to give them credit where credit's due. You've got to praise them when they do well. Even when they don't, you've got to be there for them and support them. The whole thing is about loving unconditionally, being there, giving that support to your whole family, your children, your spouse included. Because remember that how you interact with your spouse is what your children see. That's how they will interact with their partner one day. How do you want their lives to be? Do you want their lives to be a life of fighting and misery, or do you want their lives to be a life of magic? Because if you create a magical life for them now, you're creating a magical adulthood for them. Remember, they are our future. You're responsible for that future as well. What are you doing with the youth of today? Are you making it magic so they go out and create a magical future world for everyone? Think about it. And most important, stop fretting all the little stuff out there. Stop getting annoyed by the little things that aren't important. Instead, through these 5 tips I've shared with you, go out and create magical moments so that you and your family and those people that are important in your life can have a magical life. That's what it's about. Thank you very much. I'm Wolfgang Riebe. I'll see you on my next quick tips.